Tiff and Rach here.
We are the Nobodies, and this is our podcast.
Today is the day we get to care for ourselves.
Yep.
We also would like to keep you apprised of our journey with our ATSI training. We completed our second week of our second half of our third term. And Friday was a day where we got to work on our models and see somebody now we are into the integration sessions. We saw our 11th session with our people, which is a breath session. And we've discussed about the 3 series that we did between term 2 and term 3, which was essentially our integration sessions. Mm-hmm. Opening up the breath, and really our big takeaways is that we've done so much work during the 10 previous sessions to clean up the areas that were really held, to try and accommodate and balance the tissue from top to bottom, inside to outside, so front to back, side to side, and then in the transverse plane, which is like through your body in slices, shall we say. And it's been quite a time. I felt like my session yesterday went really well. There was so much openness that she was bringing to the table. It was like breath is everything. I know that sounds really stupid, but it is one of those things where we take it for granted on how it massages our tissue from the inside out and how it brings our nervous system back to regulation. It guides how long we can speak a sentence. It does everything. And yesterday's session was so quiet in the room for certain parts of the session while people were really having to be with themselves. And I found it really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It's been one of my favorite sessions to give from when we were practicing this in the 3 series. It's a very grounded and internal session. It's where people, like Rachel said, come into themselves. And for a lot of people, that's such a rare experience and gift to really be able to be with yourself in something. And my gal had a lot of opportunity in yesterday's session, and we saw a really big shift for her and just her felt sense. She got up off the table at one point and said, "I feel like a unit." Like she felt like her body was connected to itself and operating as one versus this, this piece does that and this leg does this and there's rotation and disconnect, right? And breathing well can really make you feel that sense of everything working smoothly and efficiently together. And it's really powerful to watch someone come into that.
Mm-hmm. My gal, she put a sheet over her face during quite a large part of the session.
She was a secret.
She was a secret. And she told me, she goes, "I don't know why I haven't thought of this before. It really makes me dig deep and be able to really internalize what is going on outside of me, having to propriocept where I am and what I'm doing and bring herself to those areas that I'm asking her." I found she was much quieter and more, more brought in and dropped in and attuned to where I was. And that's really the goal of all of this work. And so it was like she found kind of a nugget just in that. And she really came through with and like we said, we're not just here for up-leveling in the sense that everything comes back with feedback that's beautiful. I think all of it is beautiful in a way when people can walk through some of these older patterns and challenges that they are faced with in their life. Mm-hmm. But get to know themselves in a different way. This is that leveling through. We are going through this process alongside somebody. And we are, Tom's used this line, and I do agree with him, in a bit of our arrogance as therapists, which this is all we have. We're not seeing inside the body. We don't get to see inside what is happening. So we use our best laid plans using body reading and assessment on how you move in space and how you hold your body, that we're surmising that these are the things that are held. And you know what? We're wrong sometimes, we're right sometimes, and yet how even in the right times, quote unquote, that we do what we know is affected, it's the embodiment that the person has of that work that makes all the difference for them. And so yesterday, my gal attuning to the fact that, her losing the sense of sight for her to be able to drop down was a big part of it, and really sticking with her breath and really paying attention to her quality of movement rather than just moving. And, we've brought that back in our previous pods talking about our workouts during this 12 series and how we've dropped back dramatically and how much we're able to lift and load ourselves. And those ways that we attune and realize that dropping back allows us to feel the quality of the movement better. It's often, sometimes if you're used to lifting heavy things, when you drop down and weight, it's more difficult to control what you have in front of you. And that's really the testament to the fact that you have to drive more into those areas to maintain their connection. That it's not just handed to you with
a weight on
your back, literally. So, we're looking and diving deep, but we did have a really beautiful lunch hour. And we're going to give you a little sneak peek into what will end this journey of season 1 of the Nobodies. And it was in a really special way. Tiff and I met up with Tom Myers,
Our dear Tom Myers,
who agreed to speak to us and have him as our first real guest on this podcast. Yep. He gave us his time, and we would really, we're going to really encourage you to keep listening to this journey, or if you've listened here and there, that we've discussed this entire set of series, a series of work that we're doing, a 12 series or a 3 series. It's project style, it has a beginning, middle, and an end, and there couldn't be a better way for us to end a season with the person who brought me here. It brought us here and has given us such open access to his knowledge. And we're going to, it's a really beautiful conversation.
Yeah, we were so honored and grateful to be able to experience his take on some of his experiences. And not only that, but some of his views about the future and this work in conjunction with other work. And it's just a really lovely, lovely bow to wrap this season up with, as our goal next season is to bring together community of practitioners in different crafts who are desiring this attunement for people, trying to weave that in. We're just so beyond thrilled that he was willing to be a part of this.
He's been a special person to many people along their ways, and we honor hopefully his work and what his elevation of humanity, what he wants for everybody. He wants us all to take it and have it be ours, which we already have, which is wild when you think about it. But, we have this set of skills. If we were joking, it sounds like Taken. Like Liam Neeson and Taken.
Very particular
specific set of skills. And, we really do. We all have them. But at this time, we're able, that's the artistic part. And he's brought that to our attention, that this is what's kept him in this work, is that he gets to express his artistic qualities, and how he sees people is art for him, and getting how to elevate them is an art. And with them,
this work it's disarming. It's disarming and disarmoring. And it is such a deep journey into and out of and through yourself. It is incredibly life-changing. The attunement and the awareness that it has brought me in so many layers of my life has been just unbelievable.
You know, we often talk about not having a clue at how good something can be, and not that our lives have like, we're not painting perfection on anything.
And no.
No.
We're practically imperfect in every way.
Yes, exactly. And our lens of seeing, though, where we have come from, though, sometimes is, I can't explain that 5 years ago where I was to being here now.
It's pretty damn special.
It is. And, you know, I'm not here to gloat, but we are headed up to Encinitas today, which there's a beautiful meditation center, and it's along the coast, and we're doing that on the way to we joke, this has not been a holiday, but we're like, we're going on holidays on our holiday, and pretending that this is some sort of big thing, because Tiffany's a Hilton Diamond princess.
That's right. Thank you, Hilton Diamond. We're not sponsored by Hilton.
No, we are not, but you know what, we do love them for,
thank you for your points.
Yes, thank you for their points. And we're going to the spa because someone else, though, that we need to already give plenty of gratitude Serious props is the person who has brought this first. He's made it possible for us to accomplish unruly amounts of things before 9 a.m. Is our boy Dennis Vandenberg. He's our roomie here. He's one of our ATSI student with us. He's not our student, he's like our brother, and
he's a colleague
in our work,
and he will actually be on this podcast very shortly as well.
But he has driven our sorry asses every single morning to school while we get to do all of these things to bring you this podcast. 5 stars on the app every day, because
we're a 2-person team right now. Currently, we will be looking for our team shortly.
So if you're out there and you're one of those people that does these kinds of things, technical stuff, we might be coming in.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah, slide into them. We like that. But Dennis he brings us grounding. He plays us his pan flute in the morning. And we really have immense gratitude for his capacity to listen to our craziness and be our friend and be with us for this and be our biggest supporter. It's the best. We really do. We've found all of our people, and and best part is, guys, we're open for more.
Yep.
We're just open.
We're collecting.
We're on a journey of collection. We don't like baggage, though, so we're trying a little bit less.
We're untethering,
yes,
but we're also collecting.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah,
we're holding 2 things at once.
We are,
while also trying not to hold too many things at once. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. All right, Jessica. We're going to report back from this journey, and we're going to get our bodies scrubbed. We hope that you all take some time today, come back to yourself, maybe learn something a little bit new about yourself. Dive deep. Go into a place where, imagine if there are things about your current life that you're, kind of questioning or pondering about. Sometimes where those things take you is an idea of something better, or it's an untethering from something that's not serving you. We're not experts at any of this, nor do we claim to be. We're just a lived experience of what it can do to rise above hardship sometimes. And because we all inevitably go through it. And it's where sometimes you get stuck in it that can lead you to spending some longer moments than you'd want to in those places.
Mm-hmm. So maybe find a quiet place, take some deep breaths, follow your breath into those places in your body where you might feel free and where you might feel stuck, and maybe just have a moment with yourself. We hope that for you.
Attunement is everything.
We appreciate yours.